Let's start this stretching adventure with a brief warm-up. Move into tabletop onto your hands and knees and make sure that the wrists are under the shoulders and knees are under the hips. We'll take 5 rounds of cow and cat. Inhaling as you lift the heart and tail, and exhaling as you curl. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you curl. We'll take 3 more full rounds of breath here. Feel free to follow your own breath pattern. When you're finished, we'll meet up in a neutral spine. All right, let's get into those legs. Take the right foot and bring it forward for low lunge. We want the ankle to be under the knee, or the knee can hover over the middle of the foot, whatever is comfortable for your ankle so the foot is flat. I'm using my blocks here under my hands. Feel free to use props if you'd like, but it's not necessary. Do your best here to keep the spine nice and long. We want the lower belly to gently pull up and in. This targets the hip flexor and the inner thigh, maybe a little hamstring as well. Gently breathe into the stretch. From here, we're going to move into lizard pose. So bring your hands to the inside of the front foot and then heel toe the right foot to the outer edge of your mat. Flex the ankle and outwardly rotate the thigh. If it's comfortable, balance on the pinky edge of that foot. And again, lengthen through the spine, opening the chest, and relax into those hips. One more breath here. Let's get a little bit deeper. So coming into a forward fold now in your lizard, you can again use the blocks here if you'd like, or come all the way down to the mat, onto your elbows or forearms. Still keeping a nice long spine. Be mindful not to let the head drop. We want to keep the neck long and active. All right, from here, come on up onto the hands. Heel toe the foot so it's in line with the shoulder. Balance on your left hand and reach the right hand back to find the back foot for a nice quad stretch. Gently release. And we'll come into half monkey from here. So gently squaring off, shift your weight back onto the left knee, straightening the right leg. Flex the foot, pull the toes back, and lengthen through the spine. We're gonna stay upright in the spine first. Now there is sensation here in the hamstring. You may feel this in the lower back and the glute. You may feel it in the calf or even in the bottom of the foot, depending on your body, but this does get the entire length of that leg. Now we can deepen it. If you have more mobility here, feel free to fold forward a little bit. If you're using blocks, you can lower them to another level or bring your hands to the mat. And make sure those front toes are pulling back. Now from here, we're going to come into cow face. Shift your weight back a little bit, cross the right leg over the left so the knees are kissing, and then gently sit between the heels. Now, if you need a prop here, if your hips are tight, slide it under your sit bones before you land. And once you've got yourself situated, flex the ankles and sit up nice and tall through the spine. This targets the outer hips, the IT bands, And of course, if you need more intensity here, then go ahead and fold forward. Bring the hands with you if you're folding. When we come into half Lord of the Fish to get a little deeper into the glutes, hug the right knee in towards the chest. Gentle twist. And then release those legs, let them come out in front, give them a good shake, rock and pop. If you're on a prop, go ahead and move it. We're gonna come back onto hands and knees into tabletop. This time we'll only take 3 rounds of cow and cat. So inhaling to lift the heart and tail. Exhale to curl. 2 more rounds on your own breath pattern. Again, we'll meet up in neutral spine when you're finished. All right, from that neutral spine, let's take the left leg forward, finding your low lunge, props under the hands if you wish. Shift the weight forward and make sure that that left knee is hovering either over the ankle or the middle of the foot. Sitting up nice and tall through the spine. Breathe and sink into the hips. One more breath. And bring both hands to the inside of the front foot, finding lizard pose. Heel toe the left foot to the left edge of the mat, flex the ankle and outwardly rotate the thigh. And from here, we'll take a nice forward fold. So coming down onto the elbows. Again, keeping the spine long, keeping the neck long. And breathe. Gently come up onto your hands. Heel toe the left foot in front of the shoulder, and we'll take that same quad stretch. Bending up the back leg and reaching with the left hand so the hand and foot connect. Gently release the hand off of the foot and find your way back to half monkey. Weight shifts back onto the right knee, left leg extends, and pull the toes back so the ankle's flexed. And then start to hinge forward from the hips, spine nice and long. Targeting the hamstring, maybe the glute, and a little bit of lower back, but really the concentration is on the back of that left leg. And we go a little bit deeper. If there's more availability here, you can lower your blocks, lower the hands, lower the spine a little bit closer to the leg, and of course, pull those toes back. One more breath. And bring your torso up. We're going to take that cow face across the left leg over the right so the knees are kind of one in front of the other, and then gently sit back in between the heels. Prop underneath the sit bones if you need to. Once you're there, flex the feet, sit up nice and tall through the spine. And of course, the option is still there if you'd like to fold forward. Gently come back up to vertical if you were folded forward and move into half Lord of the Fish, hugging that top leg in towards the chest with a shallow twist. This is more about your glute muscle and the outer thigh. Gently release, help those legs untangle, and give them a good shake, a little rock, and a little pop. If you're on a prop, gently move off of it, let the legs go straight out in front of you. All right, we'll move into Paschimottanasana from here. Sit up nice and tall through the spine, flex the feet, and reach forward. Grab whatever you can reach. So whether that's the shin bones, the ankles, the feet, or the toes. But we'll do this with the spine long. This targets the hamstrings and it allows the lower back to be neutral. You're not getting much of a stretch in the lower back. Because our focus is the lower body, we're going to leave the low back alone. Take one more nice full breath here. And gently bring your spine up to vertical. Let's open up those legs so that they are exactly the width of your mat apart. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, fold it forward. Again, reach and grab onto whatever you can hold. Shins, ankles, feet, or toes. Same thing with the spine, keep it nice and long to target those hamstrings and the backs of the legs. On your inhale, start to bring yourself back up to vertical. Exhale where you need and open up the legs now so they're just slightly wider than your mat. Sit up nice and tall and then exhale, fold forward again. Now you have options here with the hands. Either hold on to the feet or the shins or bring the hands in between the legs for a little support there. When you hold on to the feet, ankles, or shins, gravity will take the torso downward. When your hands are there, you have a little bit more control. So do whichever one feels the best for you today. Gently bring yourself back up to vertical. Shake out the legs a little bit. We have one more round to go. We're going to take the legs as wide as you're comfortable taking them. If you'd like to turn sideways on your mat like I am, this is a little bit more comfortable on the heels. From here, go ahead and fold it forward. Nice long spine. You have the same options with the hands as the last round. You'll have more control with the hands in front. You'll have less control with the hands on the ankles or the feet, and therefore it'll be more intense. Now in this variation, we're going to stay just a little bit longer because this one is usually the one that's the most intense. So we're about halfway through. If you want to go a little bit deeper, feel free to sink a little bit more into the stretch. Keep your breath moving through. Keep the spine nice and long. On your inhale, start to bring yourself upright. Exhale where you need. Use those hands on the legs and wobble them back to center. Again, giving them a nice shake. We'll take seated pigeon. Crossing the right ankle over the left thigh, hands come behind and then bend up the other foot. For more intensity, lift the hips and scoot the sit bone closer to that left heel. Take a nice deep breath. And enjoy the hip stretch. Of course, if you like a deeper variation of this and you want to go into double pigeon, feel free to move into that instead. Take one more nice full breath. Pick up those hips, gently move them back, release the legs, and give them a little bit of a shake out. And we move to the other side. Left ankle crosses over the right thigh, hands come behind, and then bend up the bottom leg. If you need more intensity, scoot the sit bone closer to the heel, take a nice deep breath and relax into the stretch. And again, if you'd like to move into double pigeon instead, stacking the legs, feel free to do so. Take one more nice full breath. Lift the hips, scoot them back. Extend the right leg and release the left and give them a good shake. From here, we'll come into bound angle pose. So bringing the bottoms of the feet together, knees out to the side. And you can either hold on to the arch of the foot or hold on to the base of the shin bone. Sit up nice and tall, open the elbows to the side, and then exhale, hinge forward. Hinging means a nice straight spine. Use the elbows here on the inner thigh to gently assist the legs downward. We're not trying to force them down, but with each exhale, see if you can relax the hip flexors just a little bit more. Gently come up through vertical, bring the hands to the outer legs, use the hands to close the legs, and then gently rock from side to side. Now we're going to come into a brief Shavasana. If you are inversion free, then take this moment to set up your props behind you. If you're not inversion free, then go ahead and lay down on your back. Arms come out to your side, no higher than the shoulders. Let the legs extend long underneath you, about mat width apart. Let the eyes close and take rest. Allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Start to deepen your breath. Find energy in the fingers, toes, wrists, ankles, hands, and feet. Then let the arms extend up overhead. Bring the legs together long underneath you for a nice big full body stretch. And then either hug the knees in towards your chest or bring the feet flat onto the mat and windshield wiper or rock from side to side. And find your way onto your right side into fetal position, using the right arm as a pillow for your head. Gently press yourself up into a seated position, eyes stay closed. And either bring one hand to your heart and one to your belly, or bring your hands to prayer in front of the heart. Checking in with how you feel after this practice. And now taking a few moments for some gratitude, something you're thankful for in this moment, and a few reasons why. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Have more time? Check out one of these beautiful practices over here, and there's more suggestions in the description below. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.